Well, hey there. Welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show, a show that's dedicated to hard rock, heavy metal, and progressive rock. Tonight we're doing some heavy metal, a look back at a classic rock album by a legendary band, the metal gods themselves, Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Okay, this album was released January the 4th, 1984. Recorded at Ibiza Sound Studios in Ibiza, Spain. I hope I got that right. Length is about 39 minutes, closer to 40. On Columbia label and produced by Tom Allo. The art by Doug Johnson. The art on this album is also present on Screaming for Vengeance, which I think there's a lot of similarities between the two albums myself. Okay, featured on this, of course, Judas Priest, which is Rob Halford on vocals, k.k.downing on guitars, Glenn Tipton on guitars, Ian Hill on bass, and Dave Holland on the drums. Okay, the album has a total of 10 tracks on it, but also has 2 bonus tracks on this particular copy of it. This album, I had 2 or 3 tracks on my cassette that I used to listen to that I'd taped off of the radio, but I didn't own the album at the time. It wasn't until last summer when I was out, I bought this album because I've always wanted to own it. It's always been an album I've liked and wanted to own. And I've since grown to like a lot of the tracks on this album, and I think it's rivaling Screaming for Vengeance as my favorite Judas Priest album. Anyways, Free Wheel Burning, which is the opening track, great guitar solos, has this high-speed vocal part that Rob Halford does that I cannot ever hope to even get close to doing that. I wouldn't even want to try. It's something else, I'll tell you that. And he, of course, screaming off the charts on this song as well. The next song up, Jawbreaker, is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Very heavy guitar, very crushing guitar, actually. Vocals are great, very heavy as well. It's a real classic type Judas Priest song. Rock Hard, Ride Free, the next song, number 3, is one of my top favorite songs on the album. Great guitar riff. Vocals are off the charts. Classic Priest sound to it. The last song on side 1 of the vinyl, but it's the 4th track on the CD, is The Sentinel, which is one of those that starts out slower and then just builds. Heavy duty riff on it, and then a very fast pace. So a great track. Probably up there with one of my top favorite tracks on this whole side of the album. Side 1 of this album is one of the best Judas Priest sides of any album that they have. The 4 songs are just top notch. I don't have any complaints about any of them. That's my daughter's cat has decided he wants to join the conversation, but he won't be quiet no matter what I say, so I'm just going to ignore him. So the next track up is the number 5 track, the first track on side B, which is Love Bites, which was the first song that I listened to on this. I love this song quite a bit. It's one of my favorite of their songs, and it's got very good vocals on it. He screams a lot on this. It's really good. Sorry. The guitar riff is really solid on this, and it's, of course, I already said, one of my favorite tracks. The next song is Eat Me Alive, another really solid track, fast pace, kind of an evil sound to it. The solos are really good on this particular track as well. Number 7, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll. That's the big popular song that they played on the radio all the time. It's the one track I don't dislike the song. I don't want to give the impression I don't like the song, but I think it's been overplayed, and it has this kind of a Guns N' Roses feel to it right at the beginning. The guitar at the beginning just kind of reminds me of Guns N' Roses, and I don't really like it. So for that reason, it's not one of my favorite tracks. Night Comes Down is the next song on the album. Slow start and builds. It's kind of a forlorning song. You get that feeling of losing something. You know, I get that feel from when I listen to this song. The next track up is Heavy Duty, which is kind of an anthem that they have. That along with Defenders of the Faith, which is the 10th track, which basically they just kind of flow with each other. I just get that feeling from both. The more like chanting, you know, like get the crowd into it, and I guess that's good if you're live, but it doesn't carry much in an album. So they're to me, two of the weaker tracks on the album. The two bonus tracks, Turn On Your Light. I remember the first time I heard this, I thought, did somebody switch my Judas Priest when I wasn't looking? And I went over and checked. Sure enough, it was Judas Priest. So it's kind of a ballad. It builds in intensity as the song goes along, but I don't feel any kind of Judas Priest from this at all. So I don't know that. But I do like the song. It's just it doesn't feel like a Judas Priest song to me. And the last track, which is a live version of Heavy Duty and Defenders of the Faith played together. Again, very anthem-like, and, you know, a raw song, I guess you might want to call it. I'm just not into it, so I don't, that's the one track I don't really, if we get 11 tracks done, sometimes I take it off a bit early, but still a great album of Judas Priest's collection. It's got to rank up there by now in the top 5 already, and I've just gotten it only a year ago, so look forward to some of the other stuff that I've got by them as well. So anyways, there you have it. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith, fantastic album. I hope if you're getting into Judas Priest, this is not a bad album to start with. This one, or Screaming for Vengeance. Even British Steel is good. I know there are people out there that have detractors for it, but I'm not one of them. I like that album quite a bit. So anyways, if you're looking for a start on Judas Priest, that's not a bad place to start. So there you have it. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Pretty heavy metal album, I think. Even though they do have that bit of that ballad, but it wasn't on the original album. It was added as a bonus, so we won't count it against it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. We'll be doing more look back next Monday. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but I'm sure something will come up. I've got lots of albums I want to do. I'm just trying to decide which order to do some of them in. So like, subscribe, and have a good day. From Prog Monster. Bye.